Have you ever met someone who mistook rebellion for freedom? Someone who believed that breaking the rules was the fastest road to success, only to end up broken by the very path they choose. In every village, in every city, there's always a Jango, the one who believes wisdom is weakness and shortcut are strength. But life has a way of proving that the crooked road may be fast, but it never lasts. The story you are about to hear isn't just about one man, it is a mirror held up to our society. It is about choices, rebellion, and the high price of ignoring wisdom. Welcome, my friends. Today we will take a deep dive into the Jango, a powerful book written by Amechi Ogaragu, a story that shakes the conscience and exposes the hidden cost of rebellion. In this story lies a timeless truth that character is the real currency of greatness, and the wisdom is the foundation of lasting success. By the end of this session, you will understand how single wrong belief can rewrite an entire destiny, and how you can break free from the cycle of self-sabotage that ruined so many promising lives. There was a boy who thought wisdom was weakness. He laughed at caution, mocked hard work, and traded discipline for defiance. He looked at the world through the eyes of envy, believing that only those who took the dark path ever saw the light of success. But life, as the elder say, does not spare the stubborn goat from the butcher's knife. His journey, my friends, begins with pride and they ended with a price too heavy for any man to bear. Now, let's dive deep into this story. The village of Unkwele was a community where traditions, honor, and the hard work were celebrated. It is people believe in the Igbo adage, one who follows in the steps of the wise becomes a king. One who does as he pleases becomes a fool. Yet, even amidst these values, there were those who strayed. Jango, whose full name was Obiajulu, was one of them. From a young age, Jango had always been different. While other children were eager to learn and help their families in the farms, Jango found joy in rebellion. His father, Nwafo, a dedicated farmer, often said, "A body running towards trouble is chasing its own downfall." But no amount of caution could deter Jango. Jango's worldview began to form from conversation he overheard as a boy. Often village elders would sit under the big udala tree discussing the wealth of certain individuals. He heard whispers that successful men in Nkwele had made sacrifices involving the lives of their loved ones or other evil acts. The story of Shimaduka, a wealthy man accused of using money medicine that required human blood, haunted Jango's thoughts. As he grew older, Jango internalized these tales. To him, it was clear no one made it in life by being good. He would often say to his friends, "He who does not want to be drenched does not build his house by the riverside." Jango believed that success required aligning with the darker forces of life. Jango's parents, Nwafo and Adeze, were hardworking but poor. They placed great emphasis on education, seeing it as the ladder out of poverty. When Jango turned 12, his father took him to the missionary school in the neighboring town. Nwafo sold a portion of his land to pay the fees, saying a young antelope that grabs a fruit knows where it is going. But Jango had no interest in school. To him, sitting in a classroom learning about white man's ways was pointless. On his first day at school, he got into a fight with another boy over a pair of shoes. By the end of the week, he had refused to return. He declared to his parents, "I will make my way in life without the help of books." Rejected by the classroom, Jango turned to the street. he began to follow older boys in the village, boys who wore flashy clothes, rode motorcycles, and always seemed to have money to throw around. These young men often involved in petty crimes and the court activities because his role models Adaeze begged her son to return to school, warning him, a stone may float for a while, but it will eventually sink. But Jango was adamant. He believed he was learning the real lesson of life, lessons that would make him rich. Jango's initiation into crime world came when one of the older boys, Ikechukwu, asked him to help with a small task. They needed to steal yam tubers from a neighbor's barn. Jango hesitated but remembered Ikechukwu's words, a cow that fears the dog never venture into the field. That night, under the cover of darkness, Jango joined the group. The thrill of sneaking into the barn, the fear of being caught, and the taste of the stolen yam ignited something in him. It was his first test of rebellion, and he wanted more. By the time Jango turned 15, his name was whispered in every corner of Nkwelle. Parents warned their children to avoid him, saying, "The python that has claimed a spot in the yard is not one to provoke further." But Jango thrived on this fear. He believed it gave him power. He became bolder, joining more daring theft and intimidating those who stood in his way. His justification remained simple. The crooked path is often the fastest escape. As the years passed, Jango moved from petty crimes to organized gang activities. He became known as a fierce enforcer, a man who would do anything for money. His parents, heartbroken and helpless, would only watch as their son drifted further into darkness. One day, Nwafo tried to confront Jango, saying he would train a child, but failed to train himself has failed. But Jango laughed in his father's face, replying, "Father, destiny follows his path." In Jango's life, he had firmly rejected the values of his community. He saw himself as a man of the street, someone destined to take what he wanted by force. In his mind, the Igbo adage, "Let the kite pitch and let the eagle pitch. Whichever says the other should not pitch, may its wing break." Justified his action, he believed life was a battle of survival, where only the strongest and the most ruthless could thrive. Unknown to him, this path would lead to his eventual downfall, a downfall that even his arrogance could not foresee. Now, what are the lessons learned from this story? The story of Jango teaches us something profound, that rebellion without reason destroys faster than poverty. Jango's fall wasn't sudden, it was a gradual decay fueled by arrogance. He rejected education, despised wisdom, and embraced deceit, thinking he could outsmart destiny. But ignorance has no respect for ambition and pride. Pride builds a ladder high enough only for a man to fall harder. As the Igbo elders say, the lizard that jumped from the high Iroko tree said it would praise itself if no one else did. But in life, self-praise can't stop self-destruction. The real rebellion is not against parents or teachers. It is against ignorance, laziness, and the fear of doing things the right way. So, what can you do differently today? 1. Choose wisdom over popularity. The crowd may mock discipline, but discipline is what builds destiny. Number 2, value education and mentorship. Whether formal or informal, never stop learning. Every skill you gain is a weapon against poverty. Number 3, reject the shortcut mentality. The road may be long, but success built on patience never collapse. Number 4, guide your mind. What you believe becomes who you become. Feed your mind with wisdom, not with the gossip or greed. Number 5, surround yourself with the visionaries. As the saying goes, he who walks with wise men shall be wise. Your rebellion should be against mediocrity, not morality, against ignorance, not instruction. If Jango's story moved you, if it made you reflect on the path you are walking today, then you need to get a copy of Jango by Amechi Ogalagu. This book is not just a story, it is a revelation. It exposes the traps that lead young people astray and lights the path back to purpose. Don't just listen to this message, leave it. Get the book, read it, and share it with someone who is standing at the crossroad of right and wrong. You might just save a destiny from destruction. Before you leave today, remember this: a path that begins in darkness will never lead to light. Don't be the Jango of your generation, talented but wasted, gifted but misguided. Be the one who proves that the right path, though rough, always reaches home. Because in the end, rebellion fades, but wisdom remains eternal. Thank you for watching this video, and I believe you have learned a lot from this video. If you have learned a lot from this video, don't hesitate to share it, make it go viral so that other people can watch and learn. Thank you for watching, and make sure that you get a copy of my book, The Jango. Thank you, and God bless you.